Becky Lynch fans, Seth Rollins fans, I got some potential bad news for y'all. Because in this video, we're going to break down the future of this superstar couple. Look, for the last decade, Seth Rollins has been a top guy for WWE, being paired with The Shield, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, aka John Moxley. He's currently the World Heavyweight Champion right now. Then you got Becky Lynch, arguably WWE's biggest female star under contract alongside the likes of Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. And when we go into 2024, it's going to be a very interesting time for not only the company, but AEW and its talent, and WWE's talent. Because in 2024, not only do you have new TV deals going into effect for both WWE and AEW, but that means big money. And that also means talent contracts expiring. You also have a lot of free agents out there, most notably New Japan's Okada. And so when we look at the state of the wrestling business, it's an interesting time. So look, Becky Lynch, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins are not they're the top names who will have to make a big decision regarding their futures, as they all will need to figure out whether they want to stay with WWE or test out the free agent market. Because in the case of Seth Rollins, he became the face of the Raw brand after winning the World Heavyweight title at Night of Champions in early 2023 by beating AJ Styles. And since then, he has defended the title against the likes of Damian Priest, Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and more. Most notably, his feud with Finn Balor at Money in the Bank and SummerSlam were pretty memorable. While his feud with Shinsuke Nakamura at Payback and Fastlane, it was just kind of meh. At Survivor Series in November, he worked the men's War Games match, and he's expected to wrestle CM Punk in the future, which we'll get to that in a little bit. Now, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select reports that the World Heavyweight Champions deal with WWE is slated to be up in June. And as of a few weeks ago, the two sides have yet to start talks regarding an extension. Rollins is said to be a well-liked and respected person within the company, making it pretty clear that WWE will offer him a new deal. But the question remains, what will Rollins do, and whether terms of a new deal can be reached among the two sides. Considering his standing in the company, WWE signing him to a new deal would be a priority for the company. And in regards to Becky Lynch, well, her deal is also up in June. Now, if you recall, over the last year or so, Becky Lynch has really expanded outside of the WWE bubble in regards to she has a new memoir coming out in 2024. She's also done some acting gigs and etc. She could, hypothetically, transcend the wrestling bubble. She could follow in the steps of The Rock and John Cena and Dave Batista, and on a smaller scale, Steve Austin in regards to Hollywood. I think she has it. I thought she was great in her appearances on Young Rock. Another name that has made the transition, really the first female to do so, is Mercedes Moné, aka Sasha Banks. She's done that. I think it's a pretty safe bet that Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch will stay with WWE past 2024 because they're standing within the company. They're two top stars. They're also, they got a young family. They got their system worked out. But at the end of the day, it will be interesting, especially with Lynch, because their daughter is going to grow up here in a few years and she's going to start school and all that. How are they going to handle that in regards to the touring schedule, right? Are they going to alternate weeks? Like, is one going to take off? Is Becky going to just stop wrestling? I mean, she's done it all. I don't know. I know a few months ago over the summer, I did a video talking about and really criticizing the company and Becky for the way that she was positioned. I did not like the way that she was booked. I did not like her character. I thought it was a rehash of the man gimmick without the man gimmick. I thought her trying to be a Seth Rollins ripoff with her wild get-ups and her gimmicks and her outfits and everything like that. And heel Becky Lynch, I thought that sucked. When she went to NXT and she had a run as NXT Women's Champion and she feuded, I thought that was a fresh of breath air for her, and I thought WWE did a great job with her. I've really, really enjoyed Seth Rollins' run as World Heavyweight Champion in 2023. Like I said, outside of the Nakamura feud, although that was fine. Um, I like him as a babyface. I think that he scaled down on the wild, over the top gimmick. I think it's more of a hybrid between his true self and this wild character. His recent promo with CM Punk was fantastic. I cannot wait to see more of this feud. I think they're going to put on a heck of a match. We still don't know when they're going to actually feud, but I think WrestleMania 40 could be a realistic goal. I originally said that I think they should have waited and you do Seth Rollins versus LA Knight at WrestleMania, have LA Knight win the Royal Rumble match, but that was before Punk came back, and all signs lead to them going in a direction in which you have Punk win the men's Royal Rumble match and then go on and challenge Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania 40. And I think that's a very interesting direction, because if you think about it, the whole point of Punk's return is talking about how he's home and he wants to finish his story. Well, what is his story? His story is to win, to main event WrestleMania. And how do you get to a main event WrestleMania match? Well, the easiest path is by winning the Royal Rumble match. It guarantees you a future title shot at the show, whether it be the World Heavyweight title or the undisputed Universal WWE Championship against Roman Reigns. And reportedly, WWE wants Punk to feud with Seth Rollins right out of the gate and eventually then do a feud with Roman Reigns. So I don't think I've heard this theory. I think it originated from Solomon Sounds Off, and he pitched you do Rollins versus Punk at WrestleMania, and then you do Roman versus Punk at SummerSlam. And I like that feud. I like that idea. I like those feuds because you get the Mania main event, you get it with Seth Rollins, who is hands down the better opponent for Punk to feud with right out of the gate, considering their heat, considering their history, considering what they've said in past interviews. I mean, I'll never forget Rollins's, Royal Rumble. I think it was 2022. Could have been, no, it was 2023, where he's talking with Nick Hausman of House of Wrestling, and he called Punk a cancer and told Phil to stay away. Like, I think that was brilliant, right? Everything that Rollins has done in regards to his storyline with Punk has been brilliant. I think his interviews and the way that he handles himself and the way that he talks about Punk is brilliant. I cannot wait for that feud. Like, we got a tease of it on a recent Raw, but like, that is gonna be fire going into Mania. I cannot wait. And what will Becky Lynch do at WrestleMania? I don't know. I don't know that either. But either way, I think it's gonna be very, very fascinating to sit back, watch, and enjoy the ride. Let me know down in the comments area below. What do you think? Does Becky Lynch re-sign with the company? Does Seth Rollins re-sign with the company? What does Becky Lynch do at WrestleMania? We don't know that. I understand that's a few months away, but at the end of the day, that's a big, big question mark, right? Fun times ahead, folks. Fun times ahead.